Social media is definitely the key, and I advise every young person who moves to Dubai to literally consider that, because getting used to the camera isn't that hard as it seems. You just have to start.
Khristina Petrova, great to get you on the podcast.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, honestly.
You're a young real estate agent in Dubai. You've had tremendous success so far, and you've had that success early. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that and finding out why that's the case. But maybe you could just introduce yourself first and we'll take it from there.
Yes, for sure. So I studied international economic relations in Russia, and as soon as I stopped my bachelor, I finished it, I moved directly to Dubai. It was 3 years ago, and I literally decided to move to Dubai in just one single day. I was just searching the website, choosing the university for me for my master's, and in one day I was like, yes, Dubai is the place.
Seriously, one day?
Yes, one day. Can you imagine? Yeah. Even right now, looking back, I do not believe that I did it, but I'm so grateful that I did it. I think it was my gut feeling, and it brought me where I am today.
Brilliant, yeah. So you were studying what, international economics?
Correct. Yeah, international economic relations.
Okay. And so you came over to Dubai, and what did you do to start with? You carried on studying? Yes,
I did carry on studying, but at the same time, I really wanted to have that kind of internship, and I ended up in real estate. I was I was mainly into management, so I was controlling some engineers and some cleaners, like quality control, and it gave me a lot of experience in terms of managing people. But then at some point, I was like, I don't want to manage people. I want to do sales. And then I just took a risk and moved on into sales. Of course, there was amazing support from some managers who gave me some advice on how to start. But then I just started it, and it was quite successful. In the first 2 months, I managed to close my first deal.
Wow, that's quick. And was that at Axe Capital?
Yes, that was in Axe Capital. I was really thankful that people gave me the chance, because I was still back then not having so much of experience, but they felt that passion in me, and they felt that they should give me a chance, and they gave it to me. And I managed to prove that I am capable of doing it. So yeah, that was the start.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, because you're just a breath of fresh air. You know, I love the way you come across. I want to get into your social media in a bit. That's great. So how long were you at Axe?
I was with them for around 5 months, but then I was in off-plan. However, I was realizing that I was performing mainly in secondary. I felt that I was doing my network part even way better in secondary rather than off-plan. So I felt that I needed a change. So I just moved on to a company which was specializing more on secondary and on villas and townhouses, because this was my choice of expertise.
When you got those quick deals soon after starting, how did you feel? Because it's like winning, for a young person, it's like winning the jackpot, isn't it? Because you get large amounts of money.
Yeah, actually, I was so excited, and it brought me to my first mistake in my life, because after that, I just literally went to partying for a couple of months. And then after a few months, I was realizing I'm doing something wrong, because there was 0 deals, of course. If you don't focus on real estate, then there is 0 deals, 0 money coming in. And your money that you've earned, regardless of the amount, it's just at some point, just like you're understanding that you're kind of getting towards 0, down, down, down. So at that time, I was like, I will either have 0 money, I'll have to go back to my home country, which I definitely didn't want to do. And from that time I started my second chance, and from that time I was ongoing and consistent in real estate, allowing myself to party, but only to some extent, not continuously 4 months of partying, not at all. Yeah.
It's difficult to get the balance, isn't it? And it sounds like you got it right now.
Right now, yes, but initially it was really hard for me getting that balance, and having time for friends, for family. It was really hard. So I was going either to partying fully or to work completely. But right now I managed to find that balance. So I go out with friends sometimes, I meet my family as well. And at the same time, I managed to succeed in real estate.
That's brilliant. So you then worked for another couple of companies, finding your feet in the market. The EXP model was explained to you, and you decided to join us, which is fantastic. We'll get into that maybe a bit more later on. But you say you do secondary. What sort of areas do you you cover in Dubai?
Yeah, I am doing mainly villas and townhouses. My main area is Arabian Ranches 3, but also Villanova. So I try to combine between those two. And sometimes I'm doing the valley as well when the leads are just like they're happy with that area. So whatever the client says, I'm always supporting their ideas. So from Ranches 3 to the Valley, these are my 3 areas that I focus on.
Yeah, it's good to be specialists in that area. And what would you say your success is mainly down to? Social media?
Yes, social media is definitely helping me, but as well, consistency, I think, also is an additional thing. It really helps me right now. And repetitive business. Yeah. I was very lucky to close Emirates pilots 2 years back when I happened to close my first deal in secondary. From that time, I was getting referrals, and I think Emirates pilots are like 90% of my clientele right now. And really? I'm really happy because they are the ones who love recommending, they love sending my profile to their friends because they just don't trust people from the street. They want to trust people that their friends used to work before with. So that is how I am getting those referrals.
Well, they're constantly socializing, aren't they? Because they're doing their trips all over the world, and then they're socializing in those other countries before flying back here. And so, are they mainly? Are they the end users? Are they moving into these properties themselves, or are they doing investments as well?
Majority of them, yes, they are end users. But at the same time, the point is, in Dubai, I think all end users at some point they are also become investors because they feel how the market is going. Some of them made millions already on their property where which they use for themselves. They were like, why don't I invest for something? So eventually one client becomes both an end user and at some point he becomes an investor. I've just recently had some of my clients reaching out to me to help them with their first investment because I've done a good job with helping them move into the right house, and now they trust me. They want to work with me also in terms of their first investment in Dubai as well.
Yeah, and you're also going back to this social media thing. What you're saying is it doesn't always directly get you the deals, but it keeps you front of mind.
Correct.
With those people. And how many Instagram posts are you putting out a week or a month?
I'm trying to have a reel every 3 days.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm traveling or something like that I delay to 4 days, but if I don't post for 4 days, I have a panic attack, honestly. I implemented that into my life. So
you created that habit, haven't you?
Yes,
it's all about habit.
Yes, correct. So I believe if I don't have any habit in any field, I lose the momentum. But if I have that habit, I try to always to reach that goal of, let's say, publishing a video every 3 or maximum 4 days. Else, I don't feel good. Yeah. I feel stressed.
Yeah, well, I love it when when it pops up and I can watch a Khristina post. It's because it's just a refreshing change, and you provide a lot of good information. And then there's a bit about your personal life as well. You sort of mix it up and have a really nice balance there.
Actually, I want to say thank you to you and to some other people from EXP. You are literally supporting me so much. All those comments, likes and stuff, this always motivates me to do more things. So being a part of EXP is not only just because I love the EXP model, but also the support that I am getting right now is tremendous. And thanks to you in the first place as well.
It's easy. You're very welcome, and it's easy to do so. I mean, I so much believe in this model, and more and more agents that are joining us are realizing that also starting on 80% commission, moving up potentially to 100% commission is a huge thing.
I love the model, honestly, and I'm already like halfway through to the capping. I hope that in the next 2-3 months I will manage to cap and have that 100% benefits, which I think no other company in Dubai can provide. And like the efforts should be rewarded properly, and EXP model allows you to have that.
Yeah, and I think we were talking earlier, and you also want to take advantage of the fact that we're in 28, 29 countries.
Correct.
With 80-odd thousand agents worldwide, and they're providing referrals as well. If you reach out to these people, and I've had a lot of EXP guests on who've done exactly that and really benefited from it. And so, that's something I think you want to get into. Let's talk a little bit about Dubai in general. What attracts you to this place?
I think there is no other place on planet Earth which has so much opportunities, especially for youngsters, to grow and to build your network. You are literally every day I'm meeting millionaires, billionaires sometimes, and I mean, you learn every time from them. And at some point you realize that these people trust your advice where you would tell them to invest. And for you, it gives you so much confidence. You know what I mean? If a millionaire comes to me and says, can you please advise me where I should invest money? This is something that is impressive. And the amount of opportunities here is that every single person you meet, you can actually close deals with him. That's what happened to me. I've recently, like 3-4 months ago, I've met one guy, and until now I already closed four of his properties. And it
Seriously?
was just one meeting that like he really liked the way I work. And he
Sorry, was that
me.
through social media? How did you meet him?
No. It was just that like he was a referral as well. So I believe in the referral business as well. But as I mentioned earlier, social media is definitely helping me. Sometimes not in terms of lead generation. Of course, it does generate me leads. But in majority of cases, this consistency, the fact that I always pop up in their Instagram or WhatsApp status, because I try to publish not only on Instagram but WhatsApp as well some of the videos which I feel that they're okay to post on WhatsApp status, because some of my videos, they're more of a kind of like just for engagement. They're not for some business profile, right? So that is how I combine around it.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier, and there are a lot of successful agents in Dubai that already have a network, but they tend to be older people that built up the network maybe through banking or some other finance thing or whatever area in the past, and that's fine. They've got their network and they can service that network. But for somebody of your sort of age, you haven't really got that, have you?
No.
And that's where the social media comes in.
100%. Actually, another funny story that happened to me just recently, I was posting a lot of videos about Arabian Ranches 3, and one lady, she came to me from Property Finder, and she was just like, I think I saw you somewhere. And then she was trying to remember, is that you who posted that video about this and that? I was like, yes, that's me. And happy to meet you in person right now. So it really, like social media, I believe in it so much. And as you mentioned correctly, for some older people, it's all they can base their deals based on their own network, which I don't have at the moment because of the experience, the age and stuff. However, I need to find other ways around it. And social media is definitely the key. And I advise every young person who moves to Dubai to literally consider that, because getting used to the camera isn't that hard as it seems. You just have to start.
Well, you're a natural. I mean, you did modelling work back home, you were talking about, and that's kind of acting, isn't it? Up to a point. You're playing another character. But everybody can do it up to a point, and you get better at it as you go along.
100%. The more you practice, the more results you have. And you feel confident in front of the camera. You feel that in front of your camera is even better than without it. Honestly, for me, I managed to, and you need to be yourself in front of the camera as well, because people can judge you if you're a fake person or you're real just by the camera. They feel that if you're genuine, they can feel it for sure.
Yeah, we've all got intuition, and we can tell. And with somebody like you,
that's 100%.
And then with the referrals, are you encouraging those referrals? Do you, when you have a successful deal with a client, do you ask for the business for a referral?
I do, and you have to ask, because else nobody will even think about it, right? So I just tell them, guys, if you have anyone, I'm sure I've provided you a good service. If you're happy with my service, please write a review. I sometimes ask even for reviews, as well as please try to recommend me to other people. And then when my name, for example, is recommended by not only one pilot, but by 3 pilots to other pilots, that's for sure giving me like more momentum, right? Like people already, okay, he recommended me Khristina, this guy recommended me her. So they're like, okay, she's definitely doing a good job. So they want to trust you even more. So yeah, of course, I try to tell them, please, just guys, help me. You were happy. And that is why I try to go sometimes extra mile just to provide amazing service so that people really want to recommend me for sure.
It's interesting. And then with the reviews, are they on what platform? Is that on Instagram?
Yeah, I've posted some reviews on Instagram. I actually need to get back on that and ask for more reviews. But yes, I have around 5 or 6 reviews which are already there. I have that highlight reviews.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like for a person who just meets me first time from social media, he would want to see the reviews, and the reviews are all genuine. There is nothing exaggerated, so people want to trust other people for sure.
When we were talking earlier, you were talking about having a mentor in Dubai. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yes, I actually was struggling for the last 2 years to find the right person to support me, and I finally found. His name is Samer Alomari. He's been of great help recently, so he always constantly supports me and motivates me when I feel down, because I feel any person can feel down when, for example,
it can be tough, can't it?
Yeah. You're not constantly closing deals. There are some months where, like for example, like month of August for me wasn't successful one, and I was feeling like, what am I doing wrong? But then now we are back to normal. I'm really happy.
Normal service resumed.
Yeah. But then I want to talk about the fact that really finding a mentor, finding a manager here in Dubai, it can be extremely tough, because people are just mainly concerned about their own issues. They don't really want to support the new coming agents. There are some big companies which I'm sure like they focus on the support of the new agents more, but 90% of the companies who are middle size or small size, the management is still far from perfection, I would say.
Yeah, and I think even with the bigger companies, it's difficult because if you're good within this game, you want to do deals, don't you? And you just want to focus on that. But do the companies want to pay the managers huge amounts of money, which they'd need to? So having somebody like Samer, who I had a long chat with the other day, actually, he's very good, isn't he?
Yeah,
and he does really want to help particularly younger agents as yourself. And I can see why that's worked well. And who was it who actually brought you into EXP?
Michael McGee. He's an amazing person.
Yeah, well, he's somebody I brought in, and he's great because he's doing a lot of deals, but he's also so excited about the model, as we all are. And he's brought quite a few agents on. I think you said one of the things that excites you about EXP are the EXP cons, the conventions. You would be so good doing your social media, talking about that. Hopefully that will be something you can do in the future.
Honestly, when I was thinking of joining EXP, for me those EXP cons was something which really motivated me, because like you can go and collaborate with other agents. I think that the other thing that like makes EXP stand out is the fact that we are all about collaboration. We're not competing between ourselves. We support each other. We literally want to collaborate in all kinds of ways that we can. So that is what makes EXP stand out as well, and it's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, plenty more events coming up. I'm sure you'll speak before long. And what about the future? Where do you see things going?
I will continue doing villas and townhouses because I've found that me being Russian in this field, it's helping me a lot, because there are a lot of agents from other nationalities, but Russians, they tend to be next to the water in the blue waters and stuff like that.
So it's your USP really, being Russian and working in an area where most Russians don't work.
That's how I chose actually villas and townhouses, because I wanted to be different. That's what always been my logo. I want to be different. I want to do things different than everybody else. Even when I graduated from university, I could have gone to like the big 4 consulting firms, like PwC and stuff.
KPMG.
Yeah. But all of my friends, they went there. But then also back then, I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do what everyone is doing. So that is what I think brought me success as well.
Yeah, well, it helps you grow, doesn't it? Getting outside that comfort zone, coming over to Dubai, doing things a bit differently, even joining EXP's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. And what's working in you've got the fact that you're Russian, but also what attracts you to the townhouses and villas?
Actually, myself, all my life I've lived in a house. I think that this also helps me
as opposed
to sell.
to an apartment.
Yeah. I don't know, like when you have that private space for the same amount of money that you are owning an apartment, and you're also paying less service charges. I'm not sure if you're aware, but like in townhouses, you're paying like 3-4 dirham per square foot, whereas in apartments, you're paying like 15 minimum, starting 15 dirham per square foot.
There's a huge difference,
Yeah,
isn't there?
exactly.
And people don't always look into that.
Yeah. So for me, when I was comparing, I've realized that townhouses will catch up on. And they, right now, actually, the fact that like 2 years ago, nobody believed in townhouses and villas, right now, people understand that the supply of townhouses is so limited, and the amount of like the prices just like skyrocketed from 2 years back. People who just bought for themselves, they made millions on their houses.
And I think this trend's going to continue, because if you look at the supply that's coming on the market, it's mainly apartments, isn't it?
Correct. So townhouses have a huge potential. So for all the viewers who are watching us, I always advise to look into that field as well, because still it's catching up. It's not everyone is aware how much profit you can make on those townhouses and villas.
Yeah, I think both in terms of the capital appreciation and possibly the income, the net income, because as you say, the service charge is a lot higher with the apartments. But I believe with you, whatever you decide to go into, you're going to be a huge success.
Thank you.
You know, you've built up this huge platform on social media. So the future's really exciting in Dubai and also with EXP. What's the best way for people to contact you? Through Instagram, what's LinkedIn?
Any points of contact, I'm more than happy. I welcome anyone. Just always feel free to reach out.
I'll put all your details in the show notes.
100%. I am trying to always be very friendly with everyone. Of course, we can have some days when we are not in the good mood. For example, if I lose a deal, that day it's better not to touch me at all. I'm definitely not in a good mood. But unfortunately, that's happening also. Like, we cannot always say that we're always successful. That is why in such kind of situations, I always look up to some people who are more successful than I am. They're managing between different things. Like, for example, Michael McGee, he manages to recruit and to close deals. For me, it's something which brings me a lot of, like, it's a good example, and I want to follow that example. I want to close bigger deals. Until now, my biggest one was at 6.9 a Kaya Villa, 6.9 million. But that's not my last target. I want to hit higher. I want to close bigger deals.
But it's super impressive for what you've, at this stage, doing deals like that is very impressive. And the great thing Michael would help you out anyway, but, he's financially incentivized as well. So it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic getting you on the podcast. As I say, I'll put your details in the show notes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.